Okay guys, we're over here foraging today. I've got asparagus already. I stopped and picked a couple of things of asparagus, so this is what we're having for lunch. I love eating asparagus. My tip for today, I guess, would be know your weeds. Don't just go picking anything and eating it, or just because someone said to do it. Check it out. Know your area. I'm going to show you this hillside. We have red clover. Now that makes a clover tea, or you can eat it. It's not too bad. But we have all kinds of weeds. There's briars. There's other little yellow flowers. Okay? Can I tell you those are good for something? Probably. But can I tell you what? No. There's a little purple flower stashed in the middle of this. Look at this. Do I know that? Yes, of course, those are good. You can eat that. But if you don't know your landscape and you do not know what it is, don't eat it. I am planning on getting a lot of these documented so I know what is what here at Deep South. I'm going to have an herbalist come in and help us identify all these weeds so that we know what we're looking at. I know a lot about weeds, but I do not know every weed, like all these combinations here. And I want to know what these are. That way, if I need it, it's here. This is free food, guys. And you see, my berries are down in there. It's really hard to find them sometimes. But if you know your weeds in your area, and you know what they are, and you know how to deal with them, you can have at least some teas. That's my goal, is to know which ones make good teas and for what. Stomach issues may be one of your biggest problems. And I know blackberry root is good for that. Make a tea. Passion flower. That is good to calm the nerves. I do know that. And we have plenty of that. And that's going to be another issue that might arise. If you don't have them in your area, why worry with them? Just find out what you have, what it's good for, and because most of these herbs are good for multiple things. You don't have to have one herb for a headache, one herb for stomach ache, one for nerves, one for constipation. I mean, some of these herbs do multiple things. So if you drink teas, it would help multiple problems. So find that out. Know your herbs, know what they're good for, and utilize those. This is permaculture at its finest. Isn't that awesome? Nature knows what it's doing here. I wanted to show you a little bit about why I say know your herbs. I pulled out 5 books, okay, on dandelions. I looked up each one of them on dandelions, and to find dandelions, if I did not know what a dandelion was and I was finding something in my yard and I wanted to pinpoint that's what it was in these books, it would kind of be difficult because I'm going to show you each book individually in just a minute. But I want to tell you a little about dandelions. Dandelions is used as a diuretic, and it's used to treat high blood pressure. It reduces the volume of fluid in the body. Also, it's used as a cleanse to detox, like the liver, the gallbladder, things like that. So I'm going to be making a tea shortly and show you that, how to make a tea. It's also used for many things like skin diseases, anything from eczema, psoriasis, all that kind of stuff. It's used for gout. So Dandelion is one of those weeds that can be used for many, many issues if you don't have a doctor, don't have a way to get regular medicines. So when I tell you that you can use one weed for many, many instances, dandelion's a really good example of how one weed can cover many instances, many of your issues. Is it going to clear it up in one day? No. But if you know you have an issue, like I know I have something going on with my it's not my gallbladder, but with my esophagus and my stomach, this is a cleanse. This is a detox. I need to detox. I need to know that my body's back into the right pH. I'm working on the pH. So dandelion's one way I can do that. But let me show you what I'm talking about with each book. Okay, there is book number 1. From the picture I showed you, can you tell me that that would be a dandelion? Those flowers look nothing like the yellow little flower I showed you. The Smithsonian Handbook for Herbs by Leslie Brimness. Okay, this book. Can you tell me that that's even a yellow flower? I really like color pictures because that's hard to know that that's a dandelion. It's Rodale's Illustrated Encyclopedia of Herbs. This is one of my all-time go-tos for herbs. You see that? Kind of hard to tell. The New Age Herbalist. Okay, I love this book. It has a lot of good information, but identifying a flower, that's not going to be one of them. Okay, this one is closer than any of the others. You can see it does have a yellow flower. It shows a leaf, but not like my leaves. So then would I be worried that what I was eating was a dandelion, because my leaf doesn't look like this, guys. This is the Complete Illustrated Holistic Herbal Book. Let's see. David Hoffman. Okay, this one has a whole page. The leaves are not exactly like mine. The flower is yellow. It's similar, but no, it's still not the same as mine. Andrew Chevalier's The Encyclopedia of Medicinal Plants. So as you can see, you can have all these books. You can look up your plants, but sometimes it's extremely difficult. I found this out 20-something years ago when I was studying herbs. In every area, herbs can be different. I'm going to show you when I pulled up dandelions in Mississippi, I'm going to show you what I found. Okay, as you can see, dandelions come in many different shapes, sizes, and whatever. They're yellow, but they're all different kinds. Dandelion's a name used for many flowers, not just one. So it can vary from place to place, region to region, state to state. So know your weeds. Know what you're getting. I also want to show you a couple of plants that can resemble dandelions. That means you really, really need to know, because not every yellow flower is going to be a dandelion. If you do not know what these flowers are, you will mistake them for dandelions. Colt's foot looks a lot like a dandelion. Okay, these dandelion flowers are in different stages of opening up. The one I showed you in the picture, in the thumbnail, is fully open. You need to know what they look like in different stages. Alright, these are the leaves that were on the dandelions. So that's one of the surefire ways of knowing. I'm going to show you my little tea thing. Several people have asked about this. I've looked and I can't find it online anywhere. Danny bought this for Debbie many years ago at a kitchen gadget place. So if you're looking for a tea thing like this, you might try specialized kitchen stores. Okay, today I'm going to make dandelion tea. I'm going to put my leaves. You can kind of crush them up a little. That gives them a little, break them up. That gives the flavors start coming out. But I'm going to add the stems, the leaves, and a flower or two. Because this thing, you can just put several in there. And we're going to give it a try and show you what I do. I'll put this in there. We're going to put it over in there and pour our hot water on it in just a minute. I put a little honey in my dandelion tea. It really has very little taste other than the honey and a touch of I guess a weed taste, but it's not green taste. So dandelion tea is something that you can sip on. It would be easy to do. Teas are always easy. I'm going to show you different ways to use your herbs besides teas. But right now, tea is the easiest way to get the few minerals and stuff that you would need, the vitamins, out of this flower. And these books, they're good to have because they have a lot of information about what plant is good for what. But you don't have to have every plant. Just find what's in your place, know what it is, and use it. Know your weeds. Thank you, guys.